The communication directors from the DNC and the RNC, Brad Woodhouse from the DNC, Sean Spicer from the RNC. Left, right, blue, red, but both wearing purple. So maybe we have some bipartisan energy going on this morning. But I
seriously doubt it. But
story that drove the news cycle yesterday, Mitt Romney. When exactly did he stop managing funds at Bain Capital? Boston Globe said he was managing them after 1999. Fortune magazine said no, they stopped at 1999. Who's right, who's wrong, and who's this benefit? Brad, I'll let you start.
Well, sure, absolutely. Let's just say what his lawyer said that we know now from reports that came out last night. He continued his private sector work unabated. His lawyer said that. He said that before an election ballot commission in Massachusetts, interestingly, where he was trying to prove his residency to run for governor of Massachusetts. His private sector work went unabated. It's clear from the SEC filings. I mean, Mitt Romney is a meticulous person. I mean, every hair in place, I's dotted, T's crossed. He's not going to allow his name to be held out as the chief executive officer, the sole shareholder, the managing director of all of these things if it wasn't true. And so he likes to take credit for jobs that were created all the way up until today as a result of his work at Bain Capital. He can't now say that he's not responsible for any of those things that occurred that were bad.
Okay, you cannot be physically in two places at the same time. He was in Salt Lake City. Brad,
would you like to see the testimony where
he was in Salt Lake City running the Olympics? At the same time, in 2004, the Democrats argued the opposite, that he was spending so much time in Salt Lake that he couldn't be a Massachusetts resident because he had spent too much time running the Olympics. Now they're saying no. In fact, hold on. So the fact of the matter is, it is physically impossible to be in two places at the same time. He was turning around the Olympics as a source of pride for this country. The fact of the matter is, regardless, okay,
Sean,
this
do you
issue,
want to see?
hold on, where Mitt Romney was, how much. This is a total distraction of an issue. This president needs to start talking about his record, his issues, and what's going on in this economy.
So is this being done by the Obama campaign as pure distraction?
Absolutely. Well, let's talk. Let's talk. Okay, hold on.
Sean had his say. A distraction. The Boston Globe reported this story,
and every independent fact checker said no, they're still wrong.
No,
they didn't. They said,
what do we have here? What is this?
Well, first of all, Mitt Romney said before that same election commission in 2002, he said he repeatedly flew back to Massachusetts.
Everyone who has looked at this had said
to attend board meetings. Well, the fact checkers. Well, I'll tell you why we're talking about it. We're talking about it because Mitt Romney is a serial outsourcer of jobs.
Okay,
he's a serial
you want to talk about outsourcing? I want to talk about outsourcing.
You want to talk about outsourcing?
Let's talk about it.
The Washington Post found that every one of your charges against the president with respect to outsourcing was a lie.
All right, I got a new one.
Every single
Here's one that you can answer.
Okay, so you acknowledge.
No.
That's great.
No. Actually, it didn't. It said that the claim of the RNC is actually true. Here is the biggest outsourcing fact. This is the biggest issue of outsourcing that this administration doesn't want to talk about. Since this president's been in office, we have accumulated $5 trillion of new debt. We have outsourced that to the Chinese to finance. They don't seem to have a problem with the Chinese buying all of the bonds so that they continue to spend money. And when they want to talk about bank accounts, let's talk about bank accounts. Let's talk about the bank accounts of the American worker who right now is trying to figure out how to make ends meet. And the bank account of future generations are going to have to pay off the debt that they've accumulated.
I want to talk about tax accounts.
Hold on one second.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Can you tell me why Mitt Romney had a Swiss bank account?
No, I can't. I don't.
Exactly.
But why are you talking? Why are we concerned about what bank accounts he has instead of the bank accounts of the American people? No, they
deserve to know whether Mitt Romney was avoiding.
Let's talk about that though. In terms of tax returns. Right. He said when he was running for governor that he had him going back to 1985. That he said he's sort of a pack rat. Why not throw it all out there? Do you think you're going to lose a lot? It almost seems that because he won't be forward with it, that it's better to take the heat that the media is going to say every single day and that Brad is going to say every single day, that there's something there that would be very problematic.
Okay, Senator Kerry and Senator McCain released two years of tax returns in the last.
That's not true, and that claim has been proven
and here's the fact that every candidate for federal office files a financial disclosure form. He has filed multiple of them. He's released 2 years of tax returns. If he releases 3, they'll say 4. If he releases 4, they'll say 5. They want to talk about anything but this administration's record.
What's wrong with the 12 that his dad released?
Let's talk about it.
What is wrong wrong with the 12 his dad released?
Because if it's 12, it'll be 13. You guys have a moving bar. Let's talk about transparency. Why are you guys stalling on Fast and Furious?
Totally fine.
Why are you claiming executive privilege for the Department of Justice? No, you guys want to talk about every issue and distract except for your own record.
Let me tell you why this is important.
Let me
tell you why this is important. Mitt Romney has said that I should be president because of my private sector experience.
Okay.
But he doesn't want to talk about his private sector experience with respect to what does his tax return say about his private sector experience? What does his shell corporation in Bermuda say about his private sector experience?
And you know all this because he's filed disclosure forms and he's released taxes. The only reason you know all this is because he's disclosed it all.
We know some of it because he released one tax return.
Right.
Which his attorney said was at the beginning of the time he started to scrub these things.
Your own boss won't release. You guys like to talk about it except when it comes to you.
Sean, you do get the last word here because I was informed before that the DNC lost the RNC in softball. Was this the 7th year in a row?
7th year in a row.
By a single run, Sean.
The 7-year streak is going. Single run, but so part of the bet.
So enjoy this.
To wear some GOP garb. What do we got?
No, as part of this, I want to make sure.
Let me make sure I see what it is.
It's a Mitt Romney hat.
I thought I was
put it on.
RNC paraphrase.
There it is.
No.
America, we have it. Brad Woodhouse with a Romney hat on.
And that's going to be worth a lot soon.
Remember,
when he
ladies
president.
and gentlemen, when you make a bet,
get used to that face.
You got to hold to it.
Face of disappointment.
Wishful thinking, my
Brad Woodhouse, Sean Spicer, thank you so much. I'm sure this conversation will continue in the green room. Coming up, road trip.